Is going to be something a little bit different, and it kind of feels like one of those like eye-catching, I saw this on TV deals, and that's kind of the case of this. It's a hammer that's by Sakerplus. It's their adjustable claw hammer. We'll get into the details of that here as we go, but every once in a while, I have manufacturers reach out to me and send me some things, and this is one of those items that, for whatever reason, I decided to say yes to this, and I hate it, but I'm trying to be on the positive side and see if there's some positives to it. So, as you guys know, my videos, I don't affiliate with anybody. If people want to send me tools, I will happily look at them and go through them and give my honest review. I do this out of the simplicity of I enjoy tools and I enjoy educating people or helping people find what is maybe the next best idea or what helps them out in their career or maybe helps them at home. So without further ado, let's check this thing out. Alright, like I said, really interesting design. Definitely made in China. Nothing overly fancy about it. There's a lot of play in the backside here for this claw. And some of you guys might recognize this is actually kind of a similar technology. Heck, let's even look here. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the details. But it looks like they've pressed this over a washer for the head. Online it looks way different, but it's definitely not the same. And then what happens is it's basically splines that are both in this side only and inside here, typically never on this side. But as you press this in, so it only engages literally here and there. It's these two positions. But as you push this in, you'll see what that spline looks like. Now there you go. It's going to have like semi-U type spline in there all around. I'm guessing there's probably about 8 of those that lock in here, and then they'll also lock in there. And that just basically is what keeps it in place. So you push and turn, and there's 4 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different locations for the head. And that allows for you to get all these precarious positions. So let's say as you're trying to get leverage or get into tight places, you can. And I'll give it that. Like the technology that it has there is it allows you to change how you get in and remove fasteners. Because obviously a standard claw is going to look more so. It's a little cumbersome, guys. Not the easiest. It'd be like this. It's going to allow you to get underneath. Well, let's go ahead and sink a nail in here. And the idea is you come in here like so, and with any other claw, you'll just grab on and pry up. Let's see if a fastener gets up this high, it's a little bit harder to get it out. So what can you do? You can adjust it a little bit more. Maybe change your approach. And even if you're in tight places, helps you get in there to pull it out. And then if you're in really, really tight spots, that's where you could come in like this too. And of course, these are screws a little bit different, but it allows you to get that fulcrum down here pulled away from the edge there. And you get some leverage on that. And then even further, this is if you're like just really going to get tight between, say there's 2 studs or 2 beams, you get leverage on something, you can do it that way as well. Now, is the steel anything great? No, you can already see it's already starting to kind of get beat up. So the steel's not great. The idea's kind of neat. And for you guys that are interested, you also have the obligatory nail holder. Although this one's so far in there, it doesn't even grab it. But the point is, swing, hit, start your nail. But this one doesn't even do that right. It won't even grab, come close. This one, I guess depending on how ferrous your nails are, you might have a shot at it, but it's kind of deep set in there, which I don't like for both sides. Here's one here. Yeah, it's not strong enough to hold it. That just went flying. That doesn't work. So, what's my consensus? I mean, they did a black. We'll talk about the exterior here. They did a black wrinkled paint finish to it. They don't even put their name on it. Sakerplus, where are you at? But for some reason, it's important enough to put patented on here. You do have a TPU handle with harder plastics here. The TPU handle is nice enough, but it doesn't have much of a profile for your hand. There's a little bulbous in the center. I guess you could go down deep on it there with a hole too. It's not that bad, the handle. The problem is the metal used. I don't trust this holding up long term. It's kind of gimmicky. The steel, Chinese steel, not the highest quality. But, they say it's forged carbon steel. Okay. I don't know. I think this is going to be kind of like a unique trick pony. I would not use this as a dedicated remover. I mean, the idea is very much a copy of this, and you guys have seen these for these like pry bars. Like, it's trying to be a pry bar and a fork all in one. And let's be honest, I've already broken some of these before too. I think there's a Harbor Freight version. Like, this may even be a Harbor Freight version that I broke that didn't last. So the mechanism isn't built to last or to take a lot of beating. So Sakerplus adjustable claw, their pricing for this, they think it's worth $69. If you hop online, and I'll put a link for you guys too, you can see it for yourself. I think there's copies of this, and the cheapest one I saw, again, I'll put it down below, is like mid to low 20s. So $20, you're not going to get hurt for a hammer like this. That seems like to be a pretty decent deal. And you guys shouldn't have to pay $60 for something that's literally a third of that price. What do you guys think of this style, this hammer? Would you pick up one like this? Do you have one? And what do you think of it? Kind of unique, but also kind of trashy. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.